To me, a sHero is someone who stands up for what she believes in. She's not afraid to continue to learn and explore the world around her.
I think it's courage, it's fighting for the right for your voice to be heard.
To me, a sHero is a force for good in the world, a woman who actively fights for what she believes in.
sHero is fearless, someone who is fearless in love, in life and in their career.
I think it's manifest in the everyday gestures of kindness that we make towards each other and sort of holding the door open for one another, both literally and figuratively speaking.
She's comfortable in her own skin and she stands up to society's pressures to conform.
For me, a sHero is a woman who's not afraid to take a risk and who believes in herself no matter what.
And someone who's not afraid to make shit happen themselves, and support people who are doing the same thing and not worried about competition, is just cracking on with it.
And it's being proud of each other and not being resentful of other people's achievements, because there's plenty of room for everybody to succeed.
She's brave, she's intelligent.
To me, a sHero is fearless.
And because of all of these things, she's beautiful.
So, excuse me being in my bathroom, but I'm not really set up for all this stuff yet, so you get what you're given, I'm afraid. This is the first sHero project video, so I'm here to explain a little bit about it. The idea came about initially in my late 20s, really, when I was suddenly super aware that I was a woman and brown. Not that I didn't know that already, I was aware before, but all of a sudden I felt it did affect how easy, or as in my case, not easy, my life was. And sort of looking at white male counterparts and their CVs and how far they'd got and how far I hadn't got and stuff, based on really similar efforts and achievements. It gets weird because you don't want to become that person and be like, it's because I'm this, but I was a bit like, I do think my life would be easier if I had a penis and if my skin was white, and it made me sad to think it, but I think it's true. But I think a massive reason why that's a problem is because of a lack of representation, and we can only do that by actively making that change and by speaking up for each other. So although it began with me being female, I think it began with me being female because I am a female. So I then started to think, I often feel silenced, I often feel like, oh, I don't want to say that because they'll just think I'm an angry feminist, or I don't want to say that because they'll think I've got a chip on my shoulder because I'm brown. And so then you end up censoring yourself, and then you're part of the problem. And part of that is social media, because it's wonderful in that it gives everyone a platform, but it's also really scary in that it gives everyone a platform. So you can come up against trolls, and I've had all sorts in my life just through shows I've done. I've received sort of hate mail about how fat and ugly and disgusting I am and stuff. So I'm a little bit scared of putting myself up for that, and I think I'm well within my rights. But I turned 30, and you can't be scared of everything and everyone, can you? Like, if people want to spread that hate, then I think that's more their problem than it is mine. I was like, it'd be really nice if we had a sort of a platform and a collective where we could feel safe to say how we feel and to share our thoughts and blah blah blah. And then my mind's always like ticking, and I get half an idea or a quarter of one, normally in the shower, so it's kind of apt that I'm in my bathroom. Then I thought about something a wonderful male friend of mine, Aki, said, and it was on International Women's Day, I think 2 years ago. He said to me, I actually think the nastiest behaviour I see towards women is from other women. And I couldn't dispute that. I couldn't argue it. All the trolling that I've had, bar a few sort of UKIP things, were from women actually telling me that I was fat or ugly, and all of the bitching that's happened behind my back and ideas that people have got wrong about me or think I'm this way or I'm that way. Not all of it, but a lot of it has come from other women. And I think, again, the problem with social media is that women are at the forefront of it, you know, just in the media in general, not even social media. It is usually women half naked and, you know, sex sells and women have boobies and things that are nice to look at, and we're not allowed to look at willies. They don't go on the shelves. So it's the way it is, but I think that's then made women massively self-critical of themselves, and then equally critical of other women, probably because they're a bit jealous or a bit whatever. It always stems from somewhere, doesn't it? But that made me think, yeah, actually, it's not just, I don't just want to stand up for women. I want to stand up for women who are empowering other women. And I want to stand up for women who feel shit about themselves and are scared to put their opinion across. I want them to feel like they have a safe space to do that. And then that got me thinking about movements in general, and that while they're really great, you know, obviously it would be great if we had no movements, if it was also wonderful that we didn't need a women's this or a men's that or a black that or a... But that's not the case, sadly, very sadly, because it's 2017. But that then got me to thinking, I don't want to create anything that ostracises anybody else. If we're going to have a movement, we have to look at ourselves and we have to look at where we can improve. And I think it's evident that while there are a lot of queens out there seeing other queens and supporting that, there is a lot of bitching between women and about women. We've got to agree to try and stop doing that and to help each other stop doing that. And then it doesn't really make any sense if we're then like, but you can't come in because you're a man, or you can't come in because you're skinny, or you can't come in because you're successful. Or it's got to be about everyone supporting everyone, hasn't it? So while this started with me as a woman and with my female friends, I don't want it to ostracise anyone. I want to extend the invitation, and I want to start conversation, because I think the only way we can help each other is by standing up for each other and by representing each other. The only way we can explain our viewpoints is by talking about them and by seeing both sides. But this one for me was about acknowledging the fact that everybody feels that they don't fit in somewhere. Every single person in the world feels that they come up short because of something about them. Everybody has an insecurity, and rather than banging on about what I need for me or what you need for you, we need to pull together and as a collective and support each other and say, do you know what, we're all just looking for a hand to walk us home, because life's hard. I want this to be a space where you can have your worst bits, your in-between bits, your bits if you want, all of your bits. Just a safe space to share and chat and big each other up and big ourselves up, because you're not an arrogant bitch if you think you've done something really cool, and the world will probably tell you that you call things crap. Some idiot will. So you might as well embrace it. You're never going to please everybody, are you? So that's what this is about. It's for, not against, and it's for anyone who just wants to be kind, is out there doing it for themselves, and wants to support other people who are trying to do the same thing. And I hope you'll contribute. I hope, you know, this is just an idea and it's a beginning, and it's just a place, a kind of collective where we can come and talk further and see how we can help each other. Basically, that's all it is in a nutshell. So you're all welcome. White, black, brown, yellow, fat, thin, purple, bi, trans, lesbian, straight, don't know yet. Drop us an email, make a video, write something. We are open. Just come on in.
So that's a little bit about what a sHero means to me.
You are a sHero.